Centre Stage. And here's your host, Andrew Russo.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Centre Stage. I'm your host, Andrew Russo, and we're filming this live from the Shedley Theatre in the heart of Elizabeth, South Australia. We hope you enjoyed the first episode featuring Matt Byrne. All shows are available to watch on our YouTube channel, Shedley TV. We would love for you to follow us on social media at the Shedley Theatre, and we are on Facebook and Instagram. Now, over the past few months, the Shedley Theatre has undertaken a number of refurbishments and changes. This week, the auditorium carpet has been removed and replaced. In the next few episodes, we're going to take you behind the scenes of the Shedley Theatre to give you an insight of all the work that we've done. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Shedley Band. Well, how about that band, everybody? I'd like to take this opportunity to mention our show sponsor, Segafredo Zanetti. Our Shedley Cafe in the Playford Civic Centre sells barista-style coffee, which is made from the extra strong coffee bean range. Today, Segafredo Zanetti is the undisputed leader in espresso coffee in Italy as well internationally. We want to take this opportunity to thank Marco and his team from Segafredo for all their support. Northern Light Theatre Company was due to present Mamma Mia in March at the Shedley Theatre. It was a very sad and challenging situation. They had bumped into the theatre and were days away from their first show when the COVID-19 restrictions came into place. I'd like to introduce our next guests. The Northern Light Theatre Company have been presenting shows for over 50 years and are one of our resident theatre groups. Joining me on stage, Sue Pole, President of Northern Light, Publicist Kim Abbott, performer Holly Abbott. Please welcome them. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
How are we all going?
Very well, under the circumstances.
Under the circumstances, absolutely. It's been a really challenging time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And no doubt for you guys more than ever. So it's great that you've been able to join us today, and we want to hear all about your story. So let's start with Mamma Mia. It was almost here. It was days away.
It was so close.
And then the restrictions came in, obviously what's happening with COVID-19. Tell us what happened.
So it was all happening so quickly, and we called a committee meeting on the Tuesday before we were to open on Friday night to discuss, what we thought we should do going forward. And at that stage, the rules were no more than 500. So we're thinking, do we go ahead, maybe just get the first weekend? Who knows when it might change? And even while that was happening, on that night we decided we were better off cancelling it because the rules could change at any moment. So the next night, the Wednesday night, we informed the cast. That,
how did everyone deal with that? It would have been such a tough call to make. How was that? Did you have to deliver that news?
I did. And to be honest, I was shaking more then than I am now. because I knew I was giving them awful news. I mean, it's all relative, there's a lot worse news than what we're going through at the moment. But for the cast to have got to 3 nights or 2 nights before opening to be told it's off, we can't do it, and it was just so close.
Well, tell us, how long have you been working on the production for?
Okay, so we got the rights to this show February 2019.
Wow.
So from then, all the planning starts. You get your creative team together, which we already had, and then the rights for the show came up and said, hey guys, you want to do this one? And you start with your set designs and talking to lighting people and costumes. We had auditions in October. Yeah. Started rehearsals December. We had a rehearsal camp at the end of January, which was a huge amount of fun. Get the show all ready to go, bump into the theatre, get pretty much bumped in, ready to go, and then have to stop. It was just devastating.
Are you confident that 2021 is the Mamma Mia year, or have you guys started thinking about what is 2021 look like?
If it's not October this year, then it's definitely part of 2021.
The Northern Light Theatre Company have presented so many shows of the year. How does the committee stay passionate about delivering productions, and working on productions? Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay. So the committee over the years has come from people who are involved with the company anyway, in some other format. I mean, I started as a dancer with the company and ended up being treasurer and now president. Just because I love the company, I love what we do, I love what we give to the audiences. I just enjoy being a part of it, and being part of the team that helps put all that together is really satisfying and fulfilling.
And so, Kim, tell us a little bit about yourself. You've come on as the publicist.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about what the publicist role entails.
A lot. We do everything from, I guess, first of all, announcing the show, then announcing when auditions will be. I'll then announce the cast to the public once that's all been done. Then it's just a matter of whether or not we do some print and Facebook. We've got some really good traction with that this year, and I guess also radio. A lot of aspects go into it, so I guess it also depends on what show you do as well, and how you can best, what's best needed to promote that show.
Is it challenging to find cast?
Usually when you pick a show, you've got an idea that you could cast it. That's not to say it's pre-cast, but just that you know enough people that would suit those roles, and as long as they all audition, that you'd be okay. But sometimes you can't cast a role. I remember when we did Mikado years ago, we didn't have the lead character of Nankipu for the first 3 weeks of rehearsal, because they were waiting just to find the right person, which they did, because word gets around that you're looking for someone.
So talking about cast, Holly, welcome. You're a performer.
Yes.
You've performed in Northern Light Theatre Company's Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Yep.
Tell us all about that.
Just being a part of Northern, it's just been great because it's like a second family. I started with Cinderella. I started just as a minor role, and then they announced Annie back in 2017, and it's always been a show I've loved, and I've always wanted to play Annie, as every kid has, and I got the opportunity to be Annie, and Northern's just become such a special part ever since, and I've just loved being a part of it.
Yeah. Talk to us a little bit about Annie. It was quite a big role for you.
Yeah.
Tell us how much time and effort you had to put in to carry that role.
Definitely a lot of work, because we had like 3 months of rehearsals put into that. I think I counted my lines. I wanted to make sure. I think there was like 180. And it was definitely hard, but I got Mum to help me with lines, and I got like friends from school and dance just to help me with everything, just so I was ready when we'd come to opening night.
It must be really a privilege as a mum to see your daughter grow up and perform on the stage.
Yeah, it's you do get a bit emotional, I guess, when it comes to that, and that's why I've got involved with Northern, was basically through Holly and the family that's been created here. But I performed when I was little. I'd even performed here when I was probably younger than Holly, and so to come back to the Shedley and see her on stage, and to see her in Annie was pretty special. It's
such a friendly group, and it does feel like a family, so people get involved like you got involved through Holly. They want to stay involved. And what can I do to help, or what can I do to be a part of this? It is an exciting thing to do, whether you're on stage or not. It's an exciting thing to be involved with, and we're very lucky. We know we're very lucky to have this fantastic theatre here, which I consider second only to the Festival Theatre in this state.
I keep hearing the word family. Sue, tell us all about Northern Light Theatre Company.
So the company was formed in 1965. And did its first production in 1966, which was The Quaker Girl, which probably no one's ever heard of. But it was formed by a group of interested people. Someone put a notice in the paper saying, we're looking at forming a theatre company, come along to this meeting if you're interested. And I believe they had over 100 people turn up. And from that, they formed their first committee, came to the council with a proposal to have a theatre built, which the council fantastically did. And as we know, it's been here ever since, but we've done just over 150 shows.
Do you have a favourite production that you've presented over the years?
Oh, goodness me, too many to name really, but a favourite that I performed in was Chicago. I played the role of Roxy. That's my all-time favourite, and I'm not going to top that one. Favourites that I directed Singing in the Rain, which was, I said I wouldn't do it unless we could make it rain, and they did, and it was fantastic.
I ask this question to everybody that comes on. What does the Shedley mean to you?
It's my second home, and has been since I started with Northern Light in 1978. when I was like minus 16 years old. And it's just been a huge part of my life ever since. And I love this place. I do consider it my second home, and Northern Lights my second family.
It's just an incredible place to come, and you know, not only through Northern Light, but through Holly's performing through her dance school and through her friends' school productions, and from when I was little and I had danced here as well. It's just, you know, it's the place that everyone remembers in the north. It's kind of a bit iconic, really, and yeah, I just love here. I love the feel for it. I love the theatre itself. I love sitting there, and you know, anywhere you sit out there, you can see and hear everything beautifully. And yeah, I guess the memories that I've created here through my family and through my new friends and old friends, it's something that's very dear to me. And now seeing Holly perform on it is just, it's icing on the cake, really.
It's just like a second home. It's a place where you can grow up and it won't leave. Like, you can grow and always return back, or it's just always going to be here, and it's like a place you can come and it's like a safe place.
And finally, if people want to know about any future shows or how to be involved with Northern Light, tell us, where can we find you?
Okay, so apart from our Facebook page, we've got our website, northernlight.org.au. So that's where we'll also announce upcoming auditions. That's the main way for cast to get involved. But also, if people want to be in crew or whatever, at least they know new shows coming up, they can get in touch with us.
Excellent. Well, ladies, we could talk for hours. I'm sure there's a lot more. I want to say thanks very much for coming today, and we wish you all the best with 2020 and obviously 2021.
Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please thank Sue, Kim and Holly. We hope you have enjoyed tonight's episode of Centre Stage. Our next episode will be on Friday the 5th of June. As they say in show business, break a leg. Good night.